Welcome to Red Eye. It's like hardball without the halitosis. I'm here tonight with Diana Falzone. She hosts the Diana Falzone Show. How'd that happen? On paltalk.com. She's so hot that hot sauce is now called Diana Falzone sauce, or DFS for short. Alison Rosen, writer and self-proclaimed pop culture expert. She's as delightful as I am spiteful. Bill Schultz in Haiti is considered a girdle. And the great Evan Sayet, political commentator, satirist, and comedian. If fierce intelligence were a gong, I'd bang him in front of some monks. Wow. He's more insecure than something really insecure. Famous countdowner Keith Olbermann wants the world to know he went to the Cornell University. He can't emphasize that enough. Why? Because Big Meanie Ann Coulter said he didn't. This is a grown man who makes millions of dollars every year. Why would he care about this? It's got to be eating him alive.
Of course it is. You know, Cornell, it is an Ivy League school. And I have to say, though, that the agriculture school is the #1 most hardest, most difficult school to get into. So I'm not surprised.
Can you do that again?
No. All right. Okay. Enough. We are talking about Keith Olbermann here.
Yes.
And I think it's his ego and the fact that Ann Coulter went after him and tried to take away something that he felt very proud about and his alma mater, and I don't blame him. I would carry that around all the time. In fact, no, I'll leave it alone.
Your purses are far too small for such
Hey, Allison, is it possible he's overestimating how much people care, even in his audience, how much they care about whether he went to an Ivy League school or not?
I think it's for sure that he's overestimating it. Because as I said to Ann Coulter when I went to dinner with her, I think that he really showed her that he's petty and insecure. I think they both came off really terrible. It's the kind of thing where the more both of them are talking about this, the more I want to kill myself. Like, just stop. It's so long ago that the more you talk about it, the worse you're sounding about it. Yeah,
kind of like what you're doing right now.
I know.
You know, but Allison, I want to keep this debate going forever because I take great pleasure in seeing somebody who, I mean, it's a blind spot, and you see the blind spot, and he can't see it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He had so many opportunities to sort of not sink to this level. Like, the point at which he was writing this, the point at which he was making her the worst person in the world, the point at which he was taking his diploma off the wall and bringing it in, like, why did he not question any of it? Why did no one around him say, hey, don't do this? I did learn two things from this story, though, and one is that Cornell even has an agriculture school, and two is that alumnus is not just a woman.
Oh.
Because remember, he said he's an alumnus.
Oh, very good. Okay. Well, from degrees to desserts, she threw custard to save the Earth's climate. Take a look. Take a lookers.
Oh, get away.
It's for the third runway and the fact that he corrupted our government in order to bring about something that's going to destroy the climate.
I can't believe she could just walk away. You can go up to a person and just take something and throw it on them and not get arrested. Anyway, that was green activist Layla Dean tossing green slime, otherwise known as custard, at Britain's business secretary. Kind of adorable that they have a business secretary, don't you think? Allison, she said she was targeting the business secretary because he was siding with the interests of business. Can you really blame him? Because that's his job title.
Exactly. And plus, I wish more problems could get not solved with throwing custard. But here's the thing, is that you know that for a second, he's like, oh no, like something explosive or acid or something hit my face, like wetness, what is it? It smells like vanilla. And then it was okay, once it's found out it's just custard. So I think that the responsible thing to do if you're going to be custarding someone is to actually have the container that it comes in right there, open it in front of them so they know it's fresh, and then use a spoon to fling it at them. Anything else is not right.
Diana, I think she did tell him that it was custard before he was tossing it. Is that okay?
Yes. You know, I have to laugh at these activists because if you're going to have a problem, I'm sorry, do it through communication. But throwing custard, I laugh at you. It's like the PETA people throwing paint at fur. I'm like, what is your point? You look ridiculous.
Allison, everyone thought Obama was going to move to the center, but it seems like he's moved past the center toward a radical agenda that must be pleasing to commie pinkos like yourself.
What? Yeah, I am pleased as punch, seeing as I'm a commie pinko, and that he's moved past this. He's like going to the speed of light. He's orbiting the Earth.
Yes, he is.
You know, he has been in office for 6 weeks now, and a whole bunch of things can happen in 6 weeks. Bruises can heal, relationships can come together and fall apart. All he seems to have done is got a Portuguese water dog. And has he even gotten that dog? No, I'm waiting.
Yeah, that's true. Multiple sources tell TMZ that a video exists of Octomom Nadia Sullivan giving birth to her bountiful brood. Alison, she's got to support those kids. Why not sell the tape instead of the taxpayers picking up the price tag?
Well, I think she's doing both, though. Like, she's taking money from every place she can get it. But here's the thing. She had these kids by cesarean section. So if you're looking for hot birth canal action, you're not going to be getting it
Oh, my
in
goodness.
this movie.
I didn't think it was birth. I thought it was the regular way.
No, it was
really?
the Caesar way.
Oh, then I don't want to know. I don't want to see this.
Well, the fact that she can walk is a good
Also,
tip.
here's the thing. She's asking for $1 million, but on eBay, she set the reserve at $1.50. So it's or best offer, you know.
Per kid, which works out to $1 million.
Yeah.
Either way.
Allison, when you have kids, are you going to?
Thank you.
Are you going to film it?
That's like the one thing I probably won't film. Or maybe just from here up. I'll be like, it's just this up, right, you guys?
From bags of babies to boring books, is it better to choose Harry Potter over Harry Hippies? I think so, but an awful op-ed in the Washington Post laments the fact that Hunter Thompson has been replaced by Harry Potter as the radical lit du jour on today's college campuses. I don't even know if I said that right. Hey, Allison, as a hippie commie pig, I bet you agree with this author. Am I right?
No, actually, you are wrong, Greg.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, but I'm going to burn incense anyway to cleanse the aura. I'm so tired of people who are older bitching about how nowadays everything's like gone to hell and it used to be all great. The thing is that there's not a lot of political fiction out there right now. Like, people are political on blogs and on, you know, TV or whatever people do with themselves. And I read the Twilight books, and some of them were actually good. The vampires sparkle in the sun. That's radical.
That's true.
Allison, the radical youth, they're shifting to the blogs, and that's where they're getting there. But is that really the same?
Yes. It's very much the same. I'm going to write all about it on my blog.
Okay.
Radical.
We'll see it there. Diana, learning disabilities. Greg kind of pointed out the fact that you're basically saying that all students today have learning disabilities, so it's fine that they're reading these books that are for younger kids.
They do, Patty Ann. They all have ADD. I'm sorry. That is a disability. No one can focus for more than 5 minutes. Wow. Do you guys see that bright, shiny object?
Allison, it is Octomom did have a C-section for all of the...
Oh, good, because after I said it, I was like, oh, no, maybe I got that wrong.
But it is, Greg, I have to admit, it's very hard to believe that anyone would want to see a C-section. It's just not exactly the same.
I know, but it is also strange that we're saying we'd rather see the other one.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there no other option here besides one or the other as far as viewing is concerned?
Yeah, I think we should all pay
Those
her...
are the two options for birth, actually.
I can just turn up
Unless there's something new. There might be another one. If there's another one, I'd sign on for that one, actually.
What part of storks do you not understand?
I like that. I like the stork idea. Actually, I think that's all I've got.
That's all you got, Patty Ann? Well done.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yes.
See you towards the end of the show.
Okay.
All right, let me welcome back our guest, Diana Falzone, Date Night with Diana host on Fox News iMag. She's so hot you could boil eggs in her mouth. Whoa. I've tried. Alison Rosen, writer, comedian, pop culture know-it-all. She's to blogging what I am to flogging. And Hooters, despite the sluggish economy, brought in $1 billion in sales in 2008. Allison, I go to you first. Are you surprised at all that these so-called restaurants are doing so well?
Well, at first I was like, what relation do breasts and food have? And then I realized, like, actually a very primal one.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't be caught dead in one of these places unless times got really, really tough. And I also would like to know, why is it always the same kind of cuisine served in these places? I think the direction they need to go, obviously, is like fine dining and boobs. So it's like, you know, some Hooters-ish waitress who's like, and your pasta puttanesca and your beef medallions with foie gras.
I got 2 free coupons to Chesty's McLooks-a-Lot that says you will join me at one of those places,
There
Allison.
is a place like that. Thank you very much, Hawaiian Tropic Zone.
Oh, yes.
Filet mignon.
right nearby.
That is classy, yes.
That is a
Allison, movie reviews of movies you haven't seen.
Yes.
Explain.
This is a segment that my friend Dustin and I have been doing. Both of us separately have made money as real critics, but we've come together with the idea and the realization that actually seeing a movie before you review it just takes you away from the process of having an opinion, which is what a review is all about. So we review movies we haven't seen, we've been reviewing albums we haven't seen, reviewed restaurants that we haven't been to, countries we haven't been to. We are reviewing people as well. So please watch my stuff and love it. That's the only option.
Sounds like a very scientific process. That's the way to go. All right. I'm out. Thanks.